Today we're going to talk about the basics of the portable Viscolite viscometer, the only truly portable viscometer in the world. There are two models of the Viscolite. This is called the D21, the larger standard version. This is called the D15, the smaller, what's called the small sample version. There are also laboratory versions of both of these. So I want to show the difference very quickly. These portable ones, both this D15 and that D21, are completely self-contained. They have batteries in them on AA. They run on AA batteries, and they are designed for use out in the field and on the factory floor, but they can also be used in the lab. The lab versions have the exact same handheld probe, and the signal processor looks very similar, but it requires an external power supply, which is simple. And in the lab versions, you can output to a PC with a serial or a digital output. So I'm going to pick up the D21 now because it's larger and I think it's easier to see some of the features. And let's talk about some of the basics of this. One of the great advantages of these is it's a simple, solid stainless steel sensor. And it's simply vibrating around the long axis. We'll get back to that in a couple of minutes. All of these, both the lab and the portable versions, have an integral temperature sensor that is in the shaft up here around where this ridge is. So if you want temperature measurements, which you should get, that's a very strong feature of these, since viscosity is very closely linked to temperature. You normally want to immerse it in the fluid up to this area or even above to make sure you get good temperature readings. The viscosity itself is measured mostly down here in what's called the bob, in this thick section. And if you only need viscosity measurements, you can immerse it just up to above the bob, and you'll get good consistent viscosity measurements. So as I said, it's rotating, vibrating really around the long axis, and we'll show that with the D15. Let's turn it on, and it's very simple. There's an on switch down here. Within about 2 seconds, it's running, and it shows 0 centipoise in air, which is exactly right because air has essentially no viscosity, no measurable viscosity for something like this. Then to take a measurement, you simply immerse it into the fluid. This is just plain water, and I'm just going to immerse it, and I'm not going to be too careful about this, but simply show you within about 1 to 2 seconds, you're instantly getting a reading, and this is reading 1.0, which is just right. It's going back and forth now, but about 1.0, which is just right for water at room temperature. Let's see. Okay, when you're done with it, or if you're going to take another sample, you can simply wipe it off in most cases, depending on the fluids you're using, and then you can take another measurement. I'm going to turn this off, and let's look at a D21, the larger version again, which is mounted in a standard clamp on a standard lab stand. As I said, the lab versions are exactly the same as these, so all of these models will mount very nicely, and again, you can use the portable versions in the lab if you want to. So this is already in water, and we already have it turned on. It's currently reading about 0.8 centipoise. Let's see if you can see that well, which is just right for slightly colder water. And this is called, what's showing right now when you first turn it on is called the raw viscosity. If you want to see the temperature corrected viscosity, you simply cycle down with this arrow. Right now that shows exactly the same thing, but that's because we haven't put a temperature correction factor in it. And temperature correction is a really strong feature of these, which again is made possible largely by having an integral temperature sensor in every model. And most customers use that. It's highly recommended, great feature. We just aren't using it right here, and it wouldn't make any difference with water anyhow. But let's see. And then I cycle down once more, and you can see the temperature. It is a little on the cool side. It's about 18 degrees Celsius, centigrade. And then cycle it back up, and it's back to the initial reading. So I think we've showed you the basics. These are, as you can see, these are very simple to use. They're also very accurate, within 1/10 of a centipoise, which is more accurate than what most people need in their applications. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like more information, please use the link below to contact us. Thank you.